Hello everyone, my name is Eko Saputra, SPDMA. Welcome back to General English, MKU 105, and this is our second meeting. And the title of our second meeting is Introducing Yourself and Others. Okay? Right. Before we talk more about the material for this meeting, I'd like to ask you a question. Yes? Why do you introduce yourself? Or why you introduce yourself? Because if we can answer this, then we know introduction is really important. Alright. Well, at least there are three reasons, yeah, why we introduce ourselves. First, because we want to start a conversation. For example, we meet somebody new, either in a classroom or in a workplace or anywhere, and we are interested in that person. We want to know where he is, what is his name, and we want to have a conversation with him or her. So before we can start that conversation, we have to do an introduction action first. We have to introduce ourselves, yeah, so that we can get to know each other, because it's quite difficult to talk to a stranger or somebody that you don't know. After you introduce yourself, then the person that you are talking to is no longer a stranger, as well as you are no longer a stranger for him or her that you just meet. Okay. Secondly, it is also to begin a mutual relationship or mutual relation. I mean, not only in romantic way, but let's say you are a businessman, right? And then you need a business partner, and in seeking a business partner, okay, of course you need to introduce yourself to that person or to the people who can be your business partner, because they need to know you as well as you do, because by knowing each other, then he or she that can be your potential business partner can be sure that the business is going to run well. And it also happens the same to you, or it applies the same to you, that if you know him or her, then you know that he or she can be your best business partner. So later on you'll have a mutual relationship, or relationship that can brings benefits to both parties. And the last one but not least, because this is only my answer, yeah, we introduce ourselves because we want to promote ourselves. Let's say you are working in a company, okay, and then usually in a company there is a promotion, promotions of what is it, like a recommendation for you as a good worker to get a higher position, okay, from an ordinary worker to become somebody that is in charge, for example to become branch manager or become manager, yeah. And we know that even though some people say the reason why somebody get promotion is because of his skill or his ability or his achievement, but most of the time there is another factor that determine whether you can get promotion or not. That is connection, yeah. And the way to get connection will always be begun by an introduction. If you introduce yourself to people who have ability to promote you in that company, so you can get the promotion. Therefore, having an introduction skill is also you know, giving you a skill to promote yourself, right? So in doing introduction, what do we need? At least there are 6 things that we need, yeah, when we want to introduce ourselves, or when we are in an introduction section, yeah, or an introduction moment to somebody else. First, yeah, you need your name, of course, because you want to know, when you meet somebody new, you want to know his or her name, as is he or her, yeah. And your nickname, or what you prefer to be called. For example, my name is Eko Saputra, and my nickname, I'll say Eko. So in other words, people also mengartikan nickname ini sebagai nama panggilan seperti itu, ya, atau nama singkat lah, ya. Nickname is really useful, especially for people who come from countries that have a quite difficult language to pronounce, such as China or Thailand. Mostly they have nickname when they introduce themselves to other people who come from different country like them. Okay, when for example they have name like Pranak Charak Porn or something like that, yeah. And when that person, let's say that he is from Thailand, when he introduces himself to us or to a person from Indonesia, for example, he can say my nickname is Pit or Nick or Na, yeah, so that we can call him or her, we can call him easily, yeah, rather than calling him in his language or Thai. And the next one is your origin or where you are from. Okay, so you also need to tell them where you origin, because they also want to know whether you are from Indonesia, from Malaysia, or from Thailand, because we look the same sometimes, yeah. And the next one is your address, but this one is very optional, yeah. When you meet somebody new, you might want to tell him or her about your address or where you live, or you might not. It depends on situation. Let's say you are having a conversation with somebody, for example, in a market, and you are not sure that he or she is a good guy or is a good person. Of course, you don't want to tell him or her your address. But if you are having a moment of introducing yourself in a formal setting, let's say di kantor kementerian, atau misalnya di let's say di istana kepresidenan, atau di kantor, which is very formal, and you know that everybody is a good person, so you might want to tell them about your address. Okay, and the next one is your occupation or job, yeah. So for this one, you can tell them, because it's really general, yeah. Whether you are a teacher, whether you are a businessman, whether you are a seller or a marketer or a farmer or anything, because they can be interested in that, and it can help you to build a conversation, yeah. And the last one is a hobby, yeah. Even though it seems like it is ece-ece, but talking about hobby is very good, because it would be good if you have same hobby as the person that you are introducing yourself to. Let's say you meet somebody new, yeah, you are interested in him or her, and then it happens that you both have same hobby, so probably you can do your hobby together. Like you like hiking, and the person that you meet like hiking, so you can go hiking together, yeah. And this also applies when you want to ask them, okay. So you can also ask them about their name, nickname, origin, but not really address, yeah. Really you know, observe the situation carefully whether you can ask something sensitive or not, okay. Because there are at least 4 things that you cannot ask in doing introduction, yeah. The first one is religion. You cannot ask somebody religion, yes, because this is very private, something personal. I'm not talking about introduction that you can do in Indonesia, yeah. Even in Indonesia, it's a bit awkward of asking somebody's religion, yeah, because it can be different meaning for the person itself. Like mungkin dia akan berpikir, ngapain tanyain apa agama saya, apa dia nggak mau teman kalau agama saya nggak sama-sama dia. So it's sensitive, yeah. Do not ever start talking about this, especially if you are having activity in international world. Kayak sudah misalnya kalian kerja di perusahaan internasional, this is really forbidden to ask religion unless you have been a very good friend with him or her, and then or that person tells you, so you don't have a way to menolak kalau orang itu menceritakan sendiri misalnya agamanya, ya. The next one is age, yeah. Never ask somebody about his age, yeah. And it applies to you as well. If you don't want to tell them about your age, so never ask about age. I believe that it will be strange for people who come from Asian countries, because in Asia we have way of addressing. Kita panggil kakak, kita panggil paman, ada kakak pertama, kakak kedua. Therefore, age is an important indicator when we are introducing ourselves. Tapi in Western countries, such as in Europe, atau di Amerika, atau di Australia, age is sensitive. You do not ask somebody's age, because it can only be asked, cuman bisa ditanya in a certain situation. Okay? Like you are mungkin kita petugas pemerintahan butuh tahu tentang data itu boleh. Tapi kalau introducing yourself dan kayak di pertemuan-pertemuan yang pertama kali, never ask about age ya. And the next one is status. Ya, whether somebody is married, single, or divorced. No, this is very personal. And in fact, there is nothing you can talk about this. Ya. In a conversation, talking about somebody's status is not really fun. It can become even awkward. Aneh lah, ngomongin status orang yang kita baru bertemu, itu aneh ya. And the last one is income, atau salary, atau wages. Ya, pendapatan dia. Ini urusan dapur masing-masing. Ya, I believe that it applies to you as well. You don't want to tell anybody about your income, ya, atau pendapatan. Therefore, ya, state in your mind, if you are having a conversation in international setting, never ask about these four things. Okay? Unless you are in Asia. Kalau Asia dan lawan bicara kita misalnya orang Korea, boleh juga kita kasih tahu age kita, atau Jepang, because it really deals with culture ya. Okay. Because in introducing yourself di English speaking countries, itu ada level of relationship. Jadi hubungan itu keakraban itu ada level-levelnya. For example, stranger ini orang asing. Ya, in Western culture we don't talk to stranger. Kita nggak ngomong dengan orang asing, dan ini mereka ajarkan kepada anak-anak mereka. So if you don't know somebody else, we just meet, so we are stranger. Makanya sebenarnya orang-orang Western, ketika mereka datang ke Indonesia terus ketemu dengan orang Indonesia, tiba-tiba minta foto, itu mereka agak feel offensive ya, agak merasa tidak dihargai lah kira-kira. Aneh kata mereka kan. Karena kita nggak tahu, nggak ketemu gitu loh. We are stranger. Why should I take a picture with you? Walaupun kadang-kadang mereka tahu juga bahwa kultur di timur itu akrab gitu loh, ya. Lalu ada colleagues. Colleagues ini kolega, ya. It refers to people who you work with in the same working building. Jadi kalau kita kerja di satu bangunan yang sama, mungkin kita punya teman kerja, ini colleagues. Okay? But it doesn't mean that they are your friend, karena belum tentu dia teman. Ya, nanti kita akan bahas apa itu teman. Selanjutnya adalah acquaintance. Acquaintance ini apa? Orang yang kita ketemu, ngobrol, hilang gitu loh. Ketemu, ngobrol, lalu kita berlalu. For example, you go to your office. Let's say you are working in office, and then you meet a cleaning service there, atau you meet other staff there. Yeah, and you say good morning every time you meet him or her, and that is acquaintance. If you talk, you just only talk about something very general. For example, that is a party, and you ask what party is that, and he replies, oh, that is birthday party of our boss. And after that you don't have more conversation. It means you are acquaintance. You sekedar ketemu aja gitu loh, ya, but not friend. Lalu ada yang di kata-kata yang berakhiran mate, like roommate, classmate, and playmate, ya. Doesn't mean your friend, but it can be your friend either. For example, we have a roommate. Artinya misalnya kita kuliah di luar negeri ya, atau kita kerja di Jakarta atau dimanapun, atau ngekos. Lalu we live in the same building, ya. In the same building, we share the room. Misalnya ada dalam satu rumah itu ada 3 rooms. We share the rooms with other people, ya, with other students. Itu the other students are our roommate. Jadi sama-sama dari kamar yang sama atau tempat ngekos yang sama. But it doesn't mean they are your friend. Tapi they can be your friend. Jadi itu roommate, ya. Lalu classmate. Classmate ini adalah teman sekelas. Sebenarnya nggak ada teman sekelas di dalam bahasa Inggris, nggak bisa. Artinya orang-orang yang sama berada di dalam kelas gitu loh, ya. So people who are in the same class does not necessarily means they are friend. Tapi they are classmate. Jadi jangan tersinggung. Misalnya kita punya kesempatan kuliah ke negeri barat misalnya ya, terus kita dibilang itu my classmate. Ya memang classmate. Dan mereka tidak akan pernah bilang itu teman saya. Misalnya satu kelas ada 40 people and they say that 40 people are my friend. Never. They will never say that. Karena friend itu special. Lalu playmate ini untuk anak kecil main bareng itu dia akan mengatakan bahwa for example there is a small boy, ya, ada toddlers playing, and then there is another toddler, so they are playmate. Mereka teman bermain gitulah. Lalu friend ini you can find the definitions on internet. Friend ini it means you share everything together gitu loh. You are very close even though you are not blood related. You hang out together, ya. You are helping each other. Sometimes you live together, ya. Ini baru friend. Kalau paling tidak hang out together lah. Pergi keluar bareng-bareng, so you are friend. But if you don't do that, misalnya you don't watch football together, you don't watch cinema together, you do not hang out together, okay, you don't share problems, you don't share support, you do not support each other, so you are not yet friend. Best friend it means sudah memiliki hubungan jiwa yang sangat dekat, ya. So I'm not talking about it can apply to man or man to woman. Kalau di Western countries, ya, bisa punya best friend itu lawan jenis, bisa. Nah, terakhir baru lover. Lover ini adalah romantic relationship, ya, romantic relationship. Kalau di Indonesia mostly it's man to woman. Nah, cuman kalau di negara-negara liberal seperti Amerika atau negara-negara Eropa, lover ini sudah bervariasi. It can be man to man, ya, man to woman, atau woman to woman. Okay, so they can be lovers. Nah, jadi I'm not saying that I support them. No, I mean that is the reality because of the different belief, different constitution that they have, yeah. So we have to be open-minded. We have to know that the reality exists. Okay. Jadi nanti nggak nggak shock lagi, ya. Ketika ketemu misalnya kita, let's say that you have a chance to work in international corporation misalnya kan, terus you have your let's say your colleagues, and then it happened that you talk to him or her and he or she introduces her lover, dan ternyata misalnya teman kita perempuan dan lovernya adalah perempuan juga. So don't be shocked because it exists in some countries in the world. They legitimate that kind of relationship. Kalau di Indonesia nggak bisa, ya. Oke, jadi itu paling penting. Nah, untuk greetings ini selanjutnya adalah materinya, ya. Greetings itu artinya sapaan. I believe that most of you have studied it when you are at when you are in your junior high school or senior high school, sama, ya. Ada formal ini umumnya adalah hello and how are you, terus ada good morning, afternoon, and evening. Lalu ada informal one. Nah, ini yang kita sering nonton di TV misalnya, ya, film-film Hollywood. Yo bro. Ini enggak formal, ya. Hey, what's up? Ini juga, ya. Lalu hey buddy. Atau hello man, hello guys, atau yang lain lah. Intinya ini enggak formal, ya. If you are best friend, you can do this. Or if you are meeting somebody that is informal situation, you can say that, ya. Nah, ini untuk jawabnya ada informal, artinya ada yang formal, ada yang enggak di sini gitu loh. So I put them. Nah, misalnya gini, I am fine, thanks. Ini bisa formal dan informal bisa juga, ya. Kalau kita bilang good morning, misalnya bilang good morning. Kalau dia tambah good morning bro, kita bilang juga good morning bro. Jadi kan informal akhirnya kan. Padahal formal dan informal. Ini bisa juga, dan ini yang paling umum, ya. Kadang they say hello. So be sure that you observe the situation. If the situation is formal, let's say that you are having a meeting, so never use the informal one, yeah, because it will be considered rude or not polite. Okay, good. If it is formal, if it is informal, misalnya meeting somebody in restaurant, yeah, it's okay, yeah. Karena informal itu on the other side it also means closeness, yeah. The closer we are to somebody else that we consider to be friend, biasanya semakin gak formal. Ya. Makanya kita kalau udah akrabnya, oh, bro, apa coy, itu, ya. Lanjut. Nah, ini adalah example of monologue introduction. Jadi ini introduction monologue. Settingnya saya buat, misalnya kita masuk ke dalam kelas baru, ya. Ini generalnya. For example, we are a transfer student, yeah, and we move to different school, and this is our first day in that school. So we go into one class, and then in the class the teacher ask us to introduce ourselves to our classmates, for example. So this is what we do, ya. Misalnya gini, hello everyone, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sarimbang Karan, ya. You can call me Imbang or Karan. I was born in Bengkulu 18 years ago. Nah, saya buat ini ya. Ini lahir 18 tahun yang lalu, ini umur. Jadi ini kita lagi di sekolah di Asia ya. For example, maybe we move to Japan or to Thailand or Cambodia. Jadi umur oke lah, bisa dikasih tahu ya. And the next one, so I'm originally from Bengkulu. Kalau kita di luar negeri harus ditambah Bengkulu mana nih? Kita bisa bilang, so I'm originally from Bengkulu, Indonesia. Bisa ya. Lalu we can say the next one, I live on Jalan Sri Gunting number 24 Bengkulu City. Nice to meet you all. Teman kita bilang nice to meet you all katanya ya. Jadi ini ada artinya juga. Silakan dibaca sendiri ya. So this is the general type of introduction that I believe you have studied before ya. Jadi kita lanjutkan saja. Nah, ada juga namanya introduction monologue untuk interview. Monolog ini ngomong sendiri ya. Ini yang ini. Because I believe that the introduction that you are going to face very soon after you graduate from your S1 degree adalah interview. Therefore, it's important. And you know, in introduction you can talk a lot of things. But for the interview, because the time is very limited, therefore you have to really focus on things or items that are useful for your interview. And you know, I have searched it and I found that from internet at least there are 4 points that you can use as a frame. Jadi ini bisa kita jadikan sebagai acuan gitu loh, atau bingkai ya. The first one is where you are from. So tell the interviewer about your origins. Lalu what do you do? What you do? I mean, what are you doing currently? Yeah. We'll see the example. And what are your special skill? Yeah. Add more experience as well. And the next one, why you are suitable for the position offer. This is the most important one because you're applying for a job. And that interview is going to determine whether you are suitable or not for the job. So if you tell them, then the points of suitability, so probably you will get the positions. If you not, so maybe you're not going to be accepted. Yeah. Okay. This is the example. So this is the frame. Yeah. And this is the example of monologue. I've created it. Yeah. And I have used colors. Okay. There are 1, 2, 3, and 4 colors here indicating each part of it. Yeah, the yellow one refers to where you are from. The red one refers to what do you do, and the green one refers to what skill are you specials in, and then the purple one refers to why you are suitable for the position offered. So this is the example. I'll read it for you. Yeah. Jadi interviewer asked me, okay, tell me about yourself. Can you tell us about yourself? Kata dia, and I begin to answer the questions. Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Zura Ramshu. You can call me Zura. I'm from Padang Guci. I'm a graphic designer with more than 5-year experience. I ever worked in Coca-Cola Company as the head of marketing division for 4 years. My responsibility was to design concepts for the products advertisement to marketize our products. I'm really interested in the position that you offer because I think my previous experience would be beneficial for your company and help it to achieve its target. So this is the example, yeah. By using this, yeah, even though this is only an introduction, but this introduction does 2 things. The first is it introduces yourself, and secondly it gives such information, such important information for the interviewer, why you are suitable for the position offer, why you are the candidate that they should choose among other candidates. Okay, yeah, good. And for the example, you can click this link. Yeah, I have also posted it on the e-learning, so you can watch the example how somebody is introducing himself in an interview. Okay, the next one is introduction monologue. Now, for business or professional meeting, giving presentation. Let's say you are you have been accepted. So from the previous interview, the interviewer choose you to be the worker in the company, to be the part of the company, and in the company, yeah, you are given a task or an assignment to give a presentation. Okay, so when that moment happens, you can use this frame as the part of your introduction before you begin your presentation. Okay, the first one, tell them about your name. Of course, name is important because I believe that in a company it's impossible to get to know each other. Yeah, so probably some of the people who work together with you might not know your name, so therefore tell them about your name. Secondly is about your role. Yeah, let's say from what divisions are you, atau what is your department. Okay, and the next one is how long have you been in the company. Yeah, the durations, because the longer you work in the company, it means the more experienced you are. And if you are experienced, then the people inside of the meeting, atau in the meeting, yeah, will have a reason to pay attention to you. Yeah, so this is like a warranty that you tell them, hey, listen and pay attention to my presentation because I'm experienced, and you are going to get something from this experience, from this presentation. Or you kind of like tell them, my presentation is important. If you miss it, you will lose big things. The last one is your role in the meeting. Okay, your role in the meeting, like what topic that you are going to talk. Okay, so this is the example. So using this frame, we answer. Yeah, I'll read it for you. Hello everyone, my name is Targus Zurai. You can call me Targus. I am the senior marketing officer in the company. My job is to get customers who want to buy our products and maintain the relations between our company and them. I've been doing this for 5 years. Today, I'm going to give you a presentations about our marketing strategy for the next 2 years. This is the example ya. So first tell them about your name. Greeting udah lah, greeting ya. Setelah greeting ini umum. Lalu my name is Targus Zurai. Ini your name ya. You can call me Targus. Targus is first name. Biasanya memang orang dipanggil dengan first name. Lalu your role ini adalah your position or your responsibility in the company. You say in here you say senior marketing officer. Yeah, officer that is already senior. Yeah, and also you tell them, my job is to get customers who want to buy our products and maintain the relations between our company and them. So this describes that you have responsibility and this is your responsibility. Or this explain about the meaning of senior marketing officer. So what a senior marketing officer does, this one. And how long have you been in the company? You tell them, I've been doing this yeah, for 5 years. 5 years is not a short time. It's a long time. Yeah, it means you have so many experience and you are worth to listen. And the last one, your role in the meeting. It means what kind of things that you are going to talk. Yeah, so they know exactly what you're talking. In here, in this scenario, you say that you want to talk about what? A presentation about marketing strategy. So these little things, yeah, seems simple, but this is very important and it determines the success of your presentations. Because by having these little things, yeah, all of the participants in the meetings get clear picture what you're going to say. Okay, yeah, for better understanding, you can click this link. I have also posted this link of video on our e-learning, so you can watch and see how exactly it happens, atau how exactly it is giving introduction on presentation for professional meeting. Okay, and the next one is introduction dialogue. Dialogue artinya meeting two people. Jadi ada balasan atau ada peran timbal balik gitu lah ya. Meeting new people. Ini yang umum sering kita we usually have it. Yeah, we usually learn it even from junior high school ya. Okay, so there are two people here, Jacobi and Kiran. Ya. Jacobi meets Kiran and this is his first time ya. This is example. Jacobi says, "Hello, I'm Jacobi." Terus Kirannya bilang, "Hello, my name is Kiran. Nice to meet you." Lalu Jacobinya bilang, "Nice to meet you too." Atau Jacobi juga bisa bilang, "It's a pleasure." This is a very common example of introduction when you meet new people ya. You can use this. Apa feature-nya? Yang pertama adalah ini feature-nya ya, sapa, hello hello. And then nice to meet you. Ini mantranya ya, selalu dipakai, nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you artinya senang bertemu dengan Anda atau dengan kamu. Lalu balasan juga ketika somebody says that he feels nice to meet you, so you also has to say that you feels nice to meet that person. Oke ya, atau you can say it's a pleasure. Adalah sebuah kebahagiaan bertemu dengan Anda hari ini. Oke ya. By having this, ya, you can see if the person is interested in you or not. I mean in terms of conversation. If you are interested in him and he is interested in you, okay ya, so you both can continue your conversation, right? Nah, in doing conversation there are 3 points that you need to remember and apply, okay? And these 3 points are important to keep the conversation going, supaya nggak selesai gitu loh ya. So both of you can enjoy the conversation. Yang pertama adalah question. In a conversation you need to give a question, right? The next one is, if there is a question, either it is you or the person that you talk to needs to give answer, yeah. And after the answer there should be a response, yeah, response. And we will see how this response is very important and how these 3 things can keep a conversation. Nah, ini example ya. So this is from the previous conversations between Jacobi and Kiran. Let's say they have introduced one to another, and then the conversation continues. And then Jacobi asks Kiran. Jacobi says, "Are you from Oxford?" Any questions, yeah. And then Kiran replies, "Yes, I am from Oxford." This is the answer, yeah. Lalu Jacobi kasih respon, "Wow, your accent is very clear." Wow. Logatnya jelas banget ya gitu loh. Real English, bahasa Inggris yang sebenarnya. Nah, what does it mean? You know, Oxford ini adalah sebuah kota in England, right? And we know that English is from United Kingdom, yeah. So therefore, if somebody is from Oxford, is from Oxford or United Kingdom, it means he speaks real English. This is like a compliment, yeah. And this is the response. After the response, yeah, why this is important? Because it appreciate the answer. Appreciate the answer. So then Kiran will feel like Jacobi likes the answer, and it can trigger Kiran to give questions as well. Nah, akhirnya Kiran give questions. And you, are you from America? Yeah. So this is a question, yeah. And then Jacobi replies, "Of course, Colorado for more precise." Yeah, kira-kira gitu. "I'm from Colorado." That's what he says, yeah. And this is the answer. And after the answers comes out from Jacobi, so Kiran should give response. A country with many mountains. Sebuah ini bukan country, harusnya county ya, provinsi. With a many mountains, artinya sebuah provinsi banyak gunungnya di situ. So it means Kiran, wants to tell Jacobi that he likes the answer, and dia nambahkan statement bahwa dia tahu tempat itu. So after this, yeah, either Kiran or Jacobi can give more questions. So then the conversation will keep going on with this scheme: question, answer, response, question, answer, response. So therefore that 3 things is really important. Good. And for the link of video, if you want to watch it, yeah, you can click this, yeah, or you can, watch it from the video that I posted on e-learning. Okay. And the next one is material about introducing others, part 1, yeah. This is the very common one, yeah. Ketika kita akan mengenalkan orang lain. This is also important because in business meeting sometimes you do not only introduce yourself, but you also introduce others, yeah, to other people as well. Ini adalah dialog between Mary, Josh, and Rachel. Oke ya, Rachel. Jadi ada 3 orang, ya. Skenario-nya adalah Mary wants to introduce Rachel and Josh. Oke. So Mary ya, pertama. "Hi." Lalu Josh bilang, "Hi." Lalu Mary, "Josh." Dia panggil Josh. "This is Rachel Johnson." "Josh, ini Rachel Johnson." Terus Rachelnya langsung bilang, sambil salaman mungkin ya, "Nice to meet you." Dia bilang ke ini kemana? Ke Mary atau ke Josh? Iya, ke Josh ya. Lalu Joshnya juga bilang, nice to meet you too, Rachel. Dan if they both want to continue their conversation, they can use this formula. Question, answer, response. Maka bisa berlanjut. Oke ya. Nah, ini yang paling umum. So you can use this. Remember the mantra, nice to meet you, nice to meet you. Bisa to, bisa nice to meet you aja. Oke ya. Good. Introducing others, do. Sorry. A bit formal. Ini kan agak tidak formal lah ya, yang paling umum. Nah, ini a bit formal. Ya. Let's say you are in a working place, ya. So you have a meeting, and then in the meeting you want to introduce one of person to another person, atau to your colleagues or your working partner misalnya ya. So in here we got a scene between Mary, Josh, and Rachel, similar, but the setting is a bit different. The setting is a bit formal. So this is what Mary says, yeah. Josh, I'd like to introduce you to Rachel Johnson. Rachel, dia bilang kan, Rachel, dia karena Rachel nih ngomongnya. This is Josh Walker. He is our marketing officer. Lalu dia bilang juga ke Josh, Josh, this is Rachel Johnson, ya. She is our new public relations staff member. Oh, jadi skenario-nya adalah Rachel ini adalah anggota baru di staff. Itu skenario-nya. Lalu Josh-nya menghadap ke arah Rachel dan bilang, "Hi Rachel, it's nice to meet you." Bisa salaman, bisa enggak juga ya karena corona kali. Lalu Rachel-nya juga bilang, "It is nice to meet you too, Josh." Ya. Jadi in here what we can pay attention to is ini ada ini feature-nya. I'd like to introduce you to Rachel Johnson. I'd like to, aku ingin mengenalkan. Jadi bukan I want to, jadi I'd like to. Ini bentuk yang halusnya. I would like to. Lalu when you introduce somebody in formal way, you say the full name. Ini namanya Rachel, nama family-nya Johnson. Jadi dibilang lengkap, Rachel Johnson. Oke. Lalu begitupun dengan Josh. Ya. And when you are introducing somebody in a formal way, especially in working setting, you need to tell that person in what division the person that you introduce is from. Kalau di sini dia bilang ke Rachel, Rachel, this is Josh Walker, ya kan? He is our marketing officer. Dia bagian marketing. Dikasih tahu. Lalu untuk Josh juga dikasih tahu, Josh, this is Rachel Johnson. She is our new public relations staff member. Dikasih tahu juga. This is the feature ya. Jadi ketika mengenal teman perlu juga dikasih tahu kerjaannya apa. Dan ini feature selanjutnya adalah ada kata pronouns he untuk laki-laki, dia artinya she untuk perempuan. Taulah ya. Good. Lalu ada ini. Sip. Nah, for the link, you can watch this example on the video link that I have in here, or you want to watch the video that I have posted on the e-learning. Yeah. So the source are from YouTube. Okay, so that's all the material for our second meeting. I hope you study that very well, yeah. And for our tugas atau homework, ya, itu ada sudah saya post juga. You can watch it on. You can read the explanations of the homework on the e-learning. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye bye.